I was expecting someone else to start us off, but okay, I will. Hey guys, we're back.
Who's ready to speculate?
Who's ready for some wild, educated guesses? Also,
Are
Jonas
you
is
guys,
here.
are you guys ready for hypothesis? Woo!
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to put the scientific process to work as we analyze the Persona 5 trailers. All three of them.
Technically four, but the first one we didn't really get anything worth noticing.
Our
Yeah.
cup runneth over with Persona trailers.
Oh, I wish. I wish. I
Here's the question. Games coming out in this year at the same time as in Japan, why are they being so hush-hush about it?
Don't know. But this would also mean that it's already being translated
Hmm.
Which would
and voice
also
acted.
mean that both we and the people in Japan will have no guide for this.
Fuck. If we can't copy the Japanese, what we're gonna do for the first 6 months?
You know what this
Much
means,
like
Reese?
much like in real life, if the Japanese don't do it, the rest of the world don't do it either.
Well, you know what this means. We're gonna be save scumming the fuck out of social links.
As if there is any in this one.
It's Persona. Of course there's gonna be social links.
I'll get into that after we analyze the second trailer.
Okay, okay. Alright. So we're gonna go watch the trailers and then we will be back to tell you guys what our guesses are.
See you then.
Hmm.
Well, those were some trailers.
They were indeed some trailers with some awesome music.
Well, you can always count on Persona to deliver on the audio front.
Okay, so maybe we should talk about the main character first.
He's a dude.
Okay, guys, what do you think of the design? Like, considering the past designs, how does this hold up?
Well, I wasn't sure at first, but to be honest, it's kind of grown on me.
You weren't a fan of Harry Potter-kun?
I wasn't at first. But the more I
What about-
think about what I've at least seen of the story, I'd say it fits.
Yuri?
I knew a lot of people that actually thought he looked really boring at first, which, to be honest, I couldn't really blame them for. But I kind of always liked the character because at least he's a color we haven't used before yet, and his design, albeit simple enough, like when he changes his identity, it adds more to it.
You gotta understand, this is following the principle that if the character is bland and boring looking, then you can project yourself onto it.
Yeah, but you don't want him too bland. I mean, as much as I like Persona 4, I will admit, you as a character in the game, it's just kind of boring to stare at.
He's the blankest of slates you could probably get for a character. He's grey.
And that's really it.
Yeah. In terms of what we've seen for the story, it looks like he might have multiple personalities.
Well, from what we know, he's student by day, delinquent by night. So the whole being a nice, polite, quiet guy is just a ruse.
True. But
But then this would bring the question of if he's already aware of this as the game begins.
yeah, because I was just gonna ask, was he a thief before all this started, or did he start as soon as he got the persona?
No, from what we understand, he was sent to live with his parents' friends because he got kicked out of either his school or he was sent out of juvie. I cannot remember or confirm either way, but he is most indeed aware of his behavior.
Well, I'll just say that is like the most echo here. It's kind of throwing me off. That is like the weirdest kid to see in juvie.
It's Japanese juvie, so it's fine.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. I think this is like a very interesting way because like usually your character is just like the exchange student who just like from somewhere he's either had a tragic past or he's been okay. But with this he's different because he's not exactly started off with like the entire cleanest of slates. He's got like some sort of like criminal side to him already if he was in juvie or anything like that.
To be fair, compared to all the other protagonists, this one has personality in spades.
Oh,
if you don't
yeah.
compare it to.
I guess because they could show more expression since it's like PS3, not PS2 anymore. Because like, well, it kind of depends because like personalities were kind of hinted at in the other games. Like in Persona 3, it was almost hinted that Minato might be a bit not right in the head.
Yeah, but once again, they have to keep it clean and simple. You can't have him be too interesting, or else they're gonna be like, I can't project myself onto this bland character. And believe it or not, that stuff actually does work. The whole being bland so that the person can project themselves onto it. It does help the game.
I know Peach never really likes a character unless you can relate to it in some way.
Oh yeah, there's always going to be the exception to the rule, but if we put it in sales, the character being bland and unappealing has worked out for other games before.
Sure.
I mean, I'm not saying that Mass Effect is bland or anything, or that Shepard is bland. I'm just saying that the most recognizable Shepard is the most bland one. You know, the one with the buzz cut and all that.
Yeah.
The one that everyone loves. Because they can project themselves on one. But then again, you could create your character in that game, so maybe I'm just talking on my ass.
We can go with Mario. Because
Mario.
let's face it, Mario's kind of bland.
Well, yeah, that's because he's just so routine. That's why people prefer Luigi, because Mario is a bland, boring thing, whereas Luigi actually has characteristics.
That'll always be the case.
But anyways,
On the note of personalities, I was just thinking, what if they had a story element that he can't summon his persona when he's pretending to be a nice guy?
How would that work game-wise, though?
True.
But from what we understand, they can only summon their personas at night, when they're in their criminal alter egos.
at least as far as we know. But at the same time, like when he was walking in Shibuya in the crossing in one of the very first trailers, something was happening like in between, but everything stopped around him.
That's also a good point. But that could just be the prologue to ooh, mysterious things are happening. Ah!
Or it could just be the same thing they did in Persona 4, where he's just having a dream on his way to the place.
Indeed. Maybe Philemon is trying to reach out to him. You know?
When are we gonna see him back in a Persona game?
As soon as he stops being not dead.
And
spoilers, by the way.
This would be a good thing to bring up. What do you think about the whole... Like, we'll transition from this. Like, we'll talk about this Persona after we talk about... What do you think of the idea of the Persona transformations or the summonings? What do you think is going on with that?
You mean like thematically?
Well, yeah, because as right now from what we've seen, he completely is engulfed with fire, but his Persona comes out with a fire.
Rebirth? I guess, I mean, think about it. His persona is a bird and uses flames. Do you know any birds of mythology that risen from flames?
Phoenix.
Bingo. It's a rebirth. It's an actual physical rebirth. Well, more like mentally, because personas are made out of the psyche. But that's, if I have to take a shot in the dark, that's literally what it is. It's
So
him being reborn onto this world.
And when we were watching the trailer, Shade, you mentioned the chains breaking.
Yeah, during, what was it, the third trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, during the third trailer when he went through the whole flame thing, you saw afterwards that he was covered in chain and his persona had a few chains on him too.
If I have to take a guess, I wish that every character scene would be different. Like, for example, if the best friend archetype uses thunder, I would like to see something being born from thunder. So, like, he gets to keep the flaming bird rebirth scene, and his friend gets his own special little scene.
That could work. That'd be pretty interesting.
Maybe like the girl uses ice, so like her persona starts out as an ice statue and then busts out of it. Just something to have like a little visual flair, you know?
Technically, I would say Persona 3, I think, had like a sort of like wind element around them, and Persona 4 had like the flaming cards.
It's just like depending on which type of persona they use.
Yeah. So, your thoughts about the actual persona? We'll start with your shade.
I like him. I mean, I've always been a fan of Lupin.
Arsène Lupin.
Yes, Arsène Lupin.
It's
I've-
not it.
I've always been a fan of Arsène Lupin. Whether it be the actual character or the Lupin the Third anime, which is still one of my favorites.
So much good.
And I always liked the concept of being a master thief. So this
He's
really
a
works for me.
gentleman Ed.
Yeah. So yeah, this really works for me. And design-wise, it's fucking beautiful.
If I might interject, you remember in the second trailer when Arsène, like when the bird takes flight? Could
Yeah.
that be Arsène? Could that be a different form of him? A more bird-like form?
Maybe. It depends on how that work in the story, though.
Because you can clearly see Arsène is supposed to take a humanoid approach with wings sprawled all over his back. But from the trailer, you can definitely see it's a bird creature with a top hat.
Yeah.
Not so much man as it has talons and no human torso.
I would
Maybe-
also.
maybe
oh,
that-
actually, I have-
Maybe it'll be part of like an escaping from your place aspect. Like whenever you're done stealing things, they just have like an escape sequence.
Confirmed, Persona is open world and you can travel on your bird.
Oh my god. And then we'll move on to you, Jonas. What do you think of the persona as a whole?
I'm gonna play devil's advocate and complain as usual. I like that we're not using mythology for the 100 billionth time or religion, and we're actually moving to literature. I would love to see all the personas be freaking literature references. That'd be badass. Design-wise, it's okay. I'm not a fan of birds.
So you're
Yeah.
so you are a fan of the formally dressed.
Oh yes, I'm all up for him being a gentleman too. Thumbs up, all the thumbs up. Gotta rock that suit, represent, etc., etc.
Indeed.
It's just that okay, like I was telling you guys during the trailers, I hate the beak on the mask. It's stupid, it's so ugly. And I get it, he's a bird persona, so his owner has a bird mask. But I don't care. Make him something cool. I know I haven't complained about anything in particular other than the fact that I don't like birds, but that's just it. The design is okay, the beak has to go.
Well,
So it's just that one thing in the mask you're not like really big for.
It's just like pet peeve, let's call it that.
well then
Yeah.
question.
Hmm.
What if like whenever he changes which persona he's using, it actually changes the way the mask looks?
That would be cool, but one that would take a huge freaking chunk out of the processing power of the console. On the PS4, I can see them doing it. On the PS3, only if they decided to work hard. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. Maybe when they port it over to the PS Vita 2, and they give us the option to have extra outfits, but I'm not holding my breath. Call it Persona 5 Jailbreak, whatever.
You say that, that sounds like a pretty decent name. It's
Real
at least,
life isn't that good.
it's at least better than integrity and faithlessness. Faithfulness, whatever. Looking at you, Star Ocean.
Moving on.
For me personally, I quite like the design. I like the use of red because the big theme of this game is obviously red and black. I like the formal look to the persona and the whole Phoenix aspect, and it is kind of a play on words when you think because Arsène Lupin, arson as in like starting.
Arsenic. Oh, I doubt they fucked that ahead.
Yeah, but either way, it would be a happy coincidence. But I think it's an all-around good persona. I just want I'd judge it more on what moves it can learn because it's a star persona. So 9 times out of 10, it might be pretty bad.
Once again, they're not. If they're doing the same thing they did for Persona 3 Portable and Golden, don't expect this game to have a whole lot to it, like the skill cards.
Yeah.
Like right now, my Izanagi is level 99 and knows Megidolon and all that bullshit that he couldn't possibly learn. So I doubt that we're gonna get the same for Arsene over there. Enjoy it while it lasts, kids.
Yeah. But as a star in Persona, it looks pretty good. In the more I think about it, like Izanagi is a very well designed persona, and Orpheus is just kind of okay. Even though I like Orpheus, but I think Tails is just better for colors.
I think it's awesome because the whole singing thing and he has like a boom speaker in his chest. I think
Yeah.
it's cool. It's well fun.
That's like the thing.
Except,
That's like the thing they do with like the beginning personas you start off with. They always put so much time to design them, but after a while, you just don't have the point to using them anymore unless you have skill cards.
I do think I
Yeah.
prefer Orpheus Talos from regular, just for I like the colors more.
Yeah, what are you gonna do, man?
Yeah, but yeah, good persona. I would just be interested to see what it can do aside from the fire, I guess, or the potential it has.
You mean like if it's for support, or if it has like strikes or slash attacks?
Yeah, I'd be interested to have a main type protagonist that actually has a support-based persona more.
Technically, Orpheus could use Tarukaja and Dia. I don't know if you were aware of that.
Speaking of types of attacks, they didn't show the characters using anything besides guns.
I guess they don't want to give away too much, even though the game is going to be out in a couple of months.
Well, to be fair, we already know what they use. The protagonist, Kun, over there, uses knives and handguns. Anne uses whips and a submachine gun. And Ryoma, was it? He uses a lead pipe and shotguns. And from what we can tell, the cat, whose name is escaping me right
Morgana.
now. Morgana, thank you, Reese. Uses a slingshot and
I think she used like it was like a plastic sword. I think.
is it a boomerang?
I'm not sure.
That's not a knife.
I thought I remember seeing like a plastic pirate sword.
Adorable.
So toy
think that's-
weapons.
Yeah, that'd be interesting from Morgana. But actually, now that we think talk about it, Jonas, you could start us off on the party members. What's your opinion of them?
Party members. All right, let's start
From what
with
we've
Anne.
seen or read.
Let's start with Anne. She seems like she's going to be the responsible type. We can see her bust Ryoma's balls in trailer 2, I think.
Yeah.
So I think she's going to be the responsible kind. I like the design, I'm not going to lie. I'm a fan of the pigtail, and I do like the hair color. I just hope this is not going to turn into a Yukari situation and she turns out to be a spoiled brat.
Tsundere as shit.
No, don't do that. I don't
She
want
doesn't-
Tsundere.
She doesn't give off the vibe of a spoiled brat.
She does not. I just want her to be like the cool, take no prisoners, but still be there for you kind of girl.
She seems like
That's what I
someone
want
who,
to see.
yeah, she seems like someone who'd be rough around the edges at first until you get to know her.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I can get behind that, no issue. The suit. It sure is your typical bullshit dominatrix Catwoman suit.
Yeah.
If it was based on literature, what would you take a guess of what her persona would be?
Is there some type of
Cassette.
Hmm?
Les Miserables.
Okay.
Yeah,
know.
I'm not a big fan of the cat suit.
Okay, if we're going by French literature, then we got Arsène, Cosette, and Quasimodo.
Could have wanted to be interesting.
It would be.
I guess. I mean, it could happen. You never know. But I have no idea what a persona could be at this point. I mean, are we all going by all literature? I mean, Persona 3 was mostly Greek. Persona 4 was Japanese Shinto lore. And this, well, the only hint we got is literature.
What do you think of the supposed best friend character?
Ryoma, I reserve judgment until I see him, because he seems to be like a mix between Junpei and Yosuke, in it that he's very excitable and dorky like Junpei, but still kind of supportive over there for like Yosuke. Seems like a mixture of both worlds.
I saw more Junpei than Yosuke.
For the moment, at least.
Yeah, I fucking hate the shirt though. ZOMG! Why don't you just use a t-shirt say my body is ready?
And what do you think of his thief outfit?
I mean, it's a typical bullshit biker outfit. Hate the boots.
It's your typical I
just-
put something together at the last minute.
And I don't mind that. I really don't, because it's supposed to be a bikers. Bikers have chains and leather and all that, but what the fuck? Red boots? What?
And a half skull mask.
They have skull mask, I can get behind. I mean, it's better than the fucking beak.
To be fair, everyone
Again-
has something red on their outfit.
I can go for it, but the boots. Ugh, fucking hell.
Again, everyone has something red on their outfit. Main character's got
it's
the
not
gloves.
It's not even like... They're not even biker boots, they're galoshes. The fucker looks like he's gonna go out and splash in some puddles while it's raining outside.
Again,
Ooh!
his outfit, like his character, looks like he didn't put much planning into it.
Yeah, I guess. I'll get behind it. Eventually. It's just the red. Why? Clash is so bad.
Yeah.
None of that.
And finally, Morgana for you, Jones.
Yeah, mascot character, put her on t-shirts, put her on fucking cell phone straps, plushies, bing bang, millions made.
To be fair, I like her way better than Teddy.
From what I understand, she has like from what we know, she has a connection to what's going to be happening, and the story will have something to do with the 7 deadly sins, and she's connected to them somehow. She's shape-shifting, so maybe her original form isn't even a cat? I mean, if we're going by names here, her name comes from Morgana Le Fay, the sorceress from Arthurian legend. So maybe she can shapeshift? Maybe she's a goddess? Ooh.
Shade, what's your opinion of the party members so far?
Again, like her way better than Teddy. Well, to be fair, I haven't heard her speak yet.
Like, that was a fucking tough act to follow there, buddy.
Oh, no. You could easily beat. As long as you know when to shut up, you beat Teddy in my book.
And what do you think of Anne and Ryuji?
Ryoma.
It says Ryuji in the wiki. Well.
Ryuji's a fucking effing free! Whatever.
Either way, I like them both. They seem like alright guys. Again, the most I can say is they're probably going to be a slight bit annoying at first, but I'll probably warm up to them. They look
And you can tell that Ryoma's gonna be a punk because he's Japanese and he's blonde.
Ooh!
But so is the girl.
Yeah, but she's not she bought this possibility of being foreign, so
True.
her eyes can't give that away as well.
From what we know, it seems like she's Swedish, maybe?
Perhaps.
What about you, Reese?
Morgana's like, for Morgana, I like the cat form more than I like the sort of like chibi cartoonish form.
I actually surprisingly like that form a lot. Don't know why.
I like the form, but I think I just like, because I'm more of a cat person, I like her form as a cat as well. I like that she's kind of connected to the main protagonist, like she constantly goes wherever he goes, which is probably might show a connection between them, like as the story goes on, perhaps.
So she's
It's
our
funny
game,
'cause
I
he's a-
guess.
It's funny because she's a cat and he's a bird.
Ooh. Ryoma, he looks okay for the now. Like he is a character I'll probably need to see how he acts in the game to know whether or not I like him or not. But he seems like, very like, he is like in the Junpei category as Persona Q has now created that canon.
As
Question.
long as he's not full Junpei.
Question. You think he's going to be the magician archetype?
Most likely. But
You know, the
Yeah.
best friend that's always there for you and then has his heart miserably crushed in front of him?
That'd be interesting. Because that's true, most all magicians go for some sort of heartbreak.
Yuka Ayase didn't. She was the one that broke hearts. But she was a slave.
And I like her at the moment. She looks very interesting. I like her design. I hope she isn't tsundere. I hope to God she is not tsundere.
We can't deal, dude. We can't.
I don't want to deal with another Yukari. But as for the thief outfits of the other two, typical biker, like to be honest, out of all three of them, they're kind of the blander designs. The main character looks a bit more well polished than they do.
Okay, let's be fair, though. We've been complaining about how bland they look, but when you think about thieving cat suits, what the hell comes to your mind? Like the typical thief with his fucking beret and striped shirt?
Well, I'll tell you one thing that doesn't come to my mind: bright fucking red.
Come on, dude, you never seen Daredevil?
The most alerting.
Daredevil's not a thief,
Yeah, but he stalks in the night.
and we can always find him. He's not that hard to see.
You're a thief.
That's because he's blind and he keeps bumping into shit, going, ah, damn it.
And at the very least, there was a darker shade of red.
A thief that wears the most alerting of colors.
Fucking Anne's gonna join Daredevil and Robin over there as the people who inconspicuously stuck in the night.
Yeah, they're okay for like thief designs. Like, nothing really stands out. Would any of you hope to have like what would be your number of party members you'd want to be added to this?
What do you mean?
Well, like Persona 3 had a bit too much to handle, and Persona 4 kind of had a balance of 4 boys and 4 girls. Like,
oh, you mean? Well, I keep saying that I don't think that we're gonna get any more party members from what we've seen in the trailers. And yeah, you could be like, oh, they're hiding them, woo! But you gotta realize, at this point in Persona 3 and 4's timeline, they already hyped the hell out of the party. It's like, look at all these cool people you hang out with, whoa! But, you know, we'll have to see. If I have to say who I wanted to add to the party... maybe a returning character. Maybe a character returns as a mentor. Like someone who's already been through what they're going and is there to offer them support. Like... Off the top of my head, I can only think of Naoto. She'd be the only person I think would be mature enough to lead a group of Persona users.
And she's a detective. It will work story-wise.
Exactly. I think I would like to see that. Like, she doesn't have to join the party, but I would love to see her come back as a mentor to teach these guys how it's done.
I can see that. You should anything you'd like to see from a party?
All I can say is, like Jonas, I don't see them adding anyone else at this point. But if they do, probably not too many. When you think of going around stealing things, you think of like small elite groups. You don't think of like very large groups.
The Mafia! The Mafia!
Yes, but the Mafia doesn't have to sneak. The Mafia can just come right up to your door.
I'm just saying.
I'd like to see more characters. I think I still like the joke that me and Jonas made at the very first trailer we ever saw. Give us an Armstrong character.
Oh yeah. I would love to see someone who's bursting with confidence. Like, someone who's so painfully unaware of what's going around that he shouts up the top of his lungs that he's the thief and he's gonna rob from you.
Oh god, I can already see that character happening.
It'd either be a delicious Armstrong or a painfully brutal Blackstar.
Maybe someone who was like... In Persona 1, they had a character, I can't remember his name. He was basically he was an evil Persona user, if anything. He was dark and brooding and he didn't speak. I guess I would like to see something like that again. Like someone who's mysterious and dark and doesn't really hang out with anyone.
Like the painting guy.
Well, we don't know about him yet.
The prophet character, maybe?
Yeah, if I'm gonna speculate, he's going to be like, oh, you fools do not understand that the sands of time are shifting towards a doomed future.
Hey, as long as he doesn't appear in my bedroom in the dead of night, I'm fine. Also, as long as he doesn't randomly have my cell phone number.
We're kind of taking this kind of slowly because we like to analyze this. So what would you guys... just kind of... What do you think of the environments, the cities, the backgrounds, what we've seen from what they're sneaking around in?
I'm gonna take the lead here, say love it, love everything about it, want it all.
Yeah.
Fucking neon-soaked streets, palaces full of glimmer. I want it all.
Yeah,
I'm gonna crash a fancy dinner party.
I agree with Jonas on this one. I love this city.
Yeah, this place looks like a really fun, hip-happening kind of place. And also, I want to learn more about that little, like, sort of bar area they're hanging around in.
From what I understand, that bar is their base of operations. It's the protagonist's house. His parents sent him to go live with his dad's friends, and his friends operate a cafe. And this is where apparently the party will organize heists. So it's the new Judas.
Well, it's already better than Judas.
Suppose.
But yeah, it's nice that they're like building the scale of the city you're exploring, because like 3 and 4 were just like fairly small city area.
Yeah, exactly. In Persona 3, you were confined to Tatsumi Port Island, and even though they said, "Oh, it's a big city," you only went to the island. And in Persona 4, the charm of it was that it was in a small town. But in here, all fucking bets are off. We're going to Shibuya. We're going to go to the 109. Yeah.
I'd like a boss in the Shibuya crossing.
Oh yeah. You know
Oh,
what's happening.
you know it's gotta
happen.
be. You know it's gotta go down.
We're gonna go to the fucking 109, dude. We're gonna see Neku. We're gonna see Neku play the Reaper's game.
They actually did like have like a social link character referencing the World Ends of the Year. That'd be awesome.
Oh, I'd pay so much money. I'm paying money for it already.
We can't. We can't remind people that the World Ends with You 2 isn't coming out ever. Shh.
Shit.
Actually, on that note, I saw the World Ends with You in GameStop last week. I was pissed off because I was a few dollars off from getting it.
For shame.
I really love the city as well. I can agree with you guys. It looks really cool. From like the trailers as well. Like even though it's like when it's like the stylized red, greys, and blacks, it looks as if like this is a really big city that you could travel around in. And I like fast travel, bring that back because that is useful. But at the same time, this is a city that you're certainly not going to look empty in.
Yeah, you gotta keep in mind, with the processing power of the consoles being what it is, they can have multiple people on it. It's not gonna be like Inaba or Tatsumi Port Island where you have a few people scattered around. No, we're gonna go to the Shibuya 109 and we're gonna be flooded with people.
It actually just made me think of something they can do nice with the quest this time in Persona 5. It'd be interesting as like instead of you just have someone who just hands you quests to go do, you just like hear rumors about things happening around the streets and you can just go investigate it.
Maybe.
It'd be an interesting way to do the quest system this time.
I wanna see... Yeah?
Menu systems. What do you think of the new stylized menus?
Well, it's just a menu. It's cool, but ultimately pointless.
I like the way that one guy who looks like he's a weapons dealer just shifts during his.
Oh, you mean that? Yeah, the interface is awesome. More on that later.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? What do you guys think is going to be like the hunting grounds? Like, what's going to be our Colonia Mall? What's going to be our shopping districts?
Well, to be honest, Shibuya is like shopping center, like in a scale of a city. So there's a lot you could do with that.
Yeah.
But you gotta keep in mind, they're not gonna go they're not gonna go to the 109 and go like, oh, where's the weapon shop? This stuff's gotta go on the ground, man.
Yeah, true.
I mean, in Persona 3, it made sense that a police officer supplied you with what you wanted. Persona 4, they just walked up to a blacksmith and were like, fucking make me a sword out of this pile of goods.
Well, maybe police auction?
From what we know, we got the nurse, who will be supplying us with the healthy goods, and then we got the weapons dealer guy.
Who looks shifty.
I'm gonna say it's an underground organization for sure, or at least those two seem to be aware. Otherwise, why would they be supplying you with this kind of stuff?
Yeah.
At the very least, it's something back alley.
Yeah, absolutely. And you gotta keep in mind that these guys are cat burglars. So these guys are supplying aid to cat burglars. You're not gonna freaking advertise that, oh yeah, I had that patient. Yeah, absolutely. I know his name and everything. I had the medical charts here, officer.
Oh yeah, we haven't discussed the Velvet Room yet.
The Velvet Room.
Prison now.
Well, you know, if you want heavy-handed symbolism, it's not gonna get any more heavy-handed than this. You are a prisoner of the mind. You are trapped within your mind.
I know it makes no sense, but I just want to see Igor just eat a steak right in front of the protagonist. Just like...
If you notice closely during the first trailer, he has a microphone close to him.
Yeah.
Maybe they're doing it like a visiting room style thing.
Oh, that'll be interesting. From what we can gather, there's going to be two assistants, two wardens, if you will. twins, it would appear. My
One-
question is, what is their relationship with the Velvet siblings?
Not sure. I can at the very least tell that one of them was a female.
You know, there is a theory that states that the Velvet siblings were shadows, much like Teddy. They're shadows that grew egos and found servitude within the Velvet Ring.
Makes sense.
Maybe these two came out the same way?
Makes sense.
Maybe.
Rampant speculation is go, people. We are living in a Persona world, gentlemen.
I just have the simple question of, are they young or do they just look young?
Well, Margaret and Elizabeth both claim that they've seen things throughout the ages. Yet they do not know what a fountain is.
And they clearly established who's older out of all of them.
Hell, they established that Theo doesn't know what a soda machine is. So for all their bolster that they've been alive all this time and they have power beyond measure, yeah, they don't strike me as particularly tech-savvy.
Well, they were. Well, I think it was more the fact that they were always in development, so they're always very sheltered.
And then how would they know
It's not-
about the development of human history and all that?
Maybe it's simple. Maybe it's just the usual. They are always watching, but they never experience.
Idiosyncrasies are
Like they see the big things that happen, but they never notice the small stuff.
What else could we talk about now?
Gameplay elements.
Yeah, gameplay. What do you guys think of the gameplay from first impressions?
Well, I'm always taking the lead here. I guess it seems like it's gonna be more like Persona 1 and 2 in it that there's gonna be all like demons as well as personas to be fought. So, if I have to take a wild shot here, I'm saying they're gonna bring back demon conversations. I'm not a fan.
I wasn't a fan of the conversation aspect either.
I'll tell you what. I've played the old school SMTs, I played the old school Personas, and I've played SMT4. In SMT4, the conversations were fairly simple. Like, the chances of you getting along with a demon and getting him to do what you wanted were very easy, fairly easy, shall we say. In the older games, you had a 10% chance of the demon actually caring about what you wanted. The AI was very poorly optimized, you see. And it's always like a rinse and repeat pattern. If you meet the same demon over and over, you'll eventually find out, oh yeah, this guy likes to be praised, or this guy likes it when I make fun of myself. I'm just hoping that they won't botch up the AI too badly, because grinding demon conversations in Persona 2 was mandatory if you wanted to get Lucifer. And you needed Lucifer for the final boss, or else he'd wreck your shit. I'm hoping this is not going to turn out like that. Just make sure if you're bringing back the demon conversations, please don't botch up the AI. We can't, man. We just can't.
And Shade?
The biggest thing I noticed was the addition of what looks like a sneaking element. I just want to know if it's going to be for specific enemies or if that's just something you can do with like normal shadows to avoid battles. Either way, it'll be interesting to see how it works.
I like that if we did see the dungeons, which most likely did, there's a very large exploration aspect. Like, there was like a part where it was like when the main character went for like the front doors, he was rolling along the ground up the stairs, but at the same time they cut to that exact same room, but you were on top of the chandeliers, jumping to each one to get onto a certain balcony.
I see what you mean. So maybe instead of having long, like short connecting rooms, we'll just have one huge map to explore with multiple ways of getting to your destination.
Yeah, because like I doubt like places like casinos and whatever that's gonna take us to will have like floors. It will just be like a huge map. Probably.
That'd be so cool if they actually had casinos in it.
I'm guessing stuff like casinos, resorts, hotels, things of the like.
Ah, that's what I want. That's what I want. I want to be covered in neon, dude. This is a stylish game.
Oh, it's very stylish. As you can tell from the protagonist sliding across the streets.
This is gonna be good.
Oh, this is gonna be real good.
I think that's all we really need to cover.
I suppose what do you guys think about the social link mechanic? From what we understand, they're coming back, but slightly tweaked. From what I know, you can have a social link with both of the shopkeepers that we established earlier. And depending on how high your links are, you might get goodies with them. So the links actually serve for something else other than just story and persona fusing purposes.
I'm curious if they're going to keep the kind of almost linearity that the social links had, or if like they're going to expand it more.
Maybe make it less unforgiving. Like, you talk with this person, but you didn't have the persona you needed, and you didn't select the correct option. That was always something that ticked me the hell off. If you want to have the maximum... If you want to max out your social link, then you can't say what you want. You have to say the pre-programmed answer, so that you can get the most bonuses out of it.
Yeah.
That cuts me so deep. Like, how is this freedom of will? This isn't choice. This is you saying if you don't choose the correct answer, you won't get points and you won't advance your social link, so you won't have what you need. Fuck you. That pisses me off.
What do you think, Shade?
I'm trying to think of what they could have actually done to tweak it. Because, like, I agree with Jonas says, the fact that there's, like, pre-set things to choose is kind of bullshit.
Yeah, it's only got like freedom of speech at all. It's just kind of, you can say what you want, but you know, there's always going to be the right answer, especially when you talk to the female social links.
Yeah, but of course, if there's always a right, if you always just say something what you want and it's just the right answer, it'd just be kind of weird.
It could be possibly like with Catherine, like it's all your choice, but your choices do make a difference later on.
Maybe they can implement like a mood system where the answer changes depending on how the character's feeling.
Think about it this way. What we got right now is like the predetermined answers. That's awful. And this series makes a big point of saying, yeah, you can project yourself into it. Look, it's so cool. You can't really project yourself into it when all your answers are predetermined. And please don't make it like the fucking dialogue wheel in the Mass Effect games and all that crap.
Oh,
don't do that.
No, dear God, no.
No. Like, yeah, it's all cool and stuff, but like, for example, in Dragon Age Origins, which was way before BioWare came in with a freaking wheel, you have like the fucking 6 or 8 answers, ranging from questions to sarcasm to straight up being a dick. I want to see something like that, like a huge array of answers.
Yeah, like the gloriousness that'd be in Persona 4, be an ass and leave.
And also, I guess it's a mute point, but silent protagonist, here we come.
Again, I guess if it's a character you want to project stuff onto, you can't really have them speak all that much.
It'd be interesting if they'd at least have them say things in the cutscenes.
Yeah.
Or at least to fucking read back your answer.
It doesn't even... If you're gonna say something in the cutscene, it doesn't have to be anything like specific to choices. It can just be something generic enough to work, but not generic enough to be easily identified as generic.
Look at Persona Q. Like we had both Yuri Lowenthal and Johnny and Bosch in there. They could clearly voice their characters during their own stories, but well, none of them. If you're playing as a character, then you ain't gonna get no voice. I mean, Commander Shepard taught us that you can have your freaking character voice and you can still project yourself onto it. Shit, it worked well for Dragon Age 3. Come on, Atlas, get with it.
Yeah, but we are talking about Atlas here. They're not exactly the biggest company on budget.
Not in America.
I mean, they probably have more money being backed by Sega now, but still, that's probably not much.
Don't worry, dude. SMT versus Fire Emblem is here to save us all.
What the idols?
Nope. They're not even gonna get into that.
I'm sorry. It's just literally the most Japanese game I've ever seen in my life.
As someone that's played both Fire Emblem and SMT extensively, I gotta say, ow.
Yep.
That is all.
Does it hurt, Jonas?
Hard? I have mixed feelings. But this isn't about that.
It's gonna be interesting. We'll just say that.
Yeah, it'll be good. It'll be good. It'll be good. It's Atlas and it's Nintendo. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be polarizing as shit, but it's gonna be good. As for Persona 5 over here, what we know, the story is gonna be about thieving into the night, and we're gonna have like something to do with the 7 deadly sins. And I think it's cool that we're gonna have the 7 deadly sins. It's something they haven't done yet. We had the shadows. Now we got the sins. That'll be cool.
I'm guessing it's gonna.
We got the like in the Persona 3, we had the Arcanas. Persona 4, we had the Shadow Selves, and now we're gonna get Deadly Sins. That's a nice progression.
I'm guessing it's gonna be more of a, as usual with, you know, Shin Megami Tensei games, law versus order thing. Hold on a second. What? Go on to something. Sorry about
So
that.
you think we're gonna have? You think we're gonna have law versus order? I mean versus chaos.
Yeah,
Sorry.
versus chaos.
But you gotta realize that this is an SMT. This is Persona. Like, there was no law versus chaos motifs in any Persona. You think we're gonna have something in this one because of all the thieving and stuff?
I'm
Maybe
guessing
they could,
so.
like-
I'm guessing it's gonna be like that, but not to the scale of something you'd see in Shin Megami Tensei.
I mean, if you look at Catherine, even Catherine, who isn't an SMT game, had the law versus chaos mechanic implemented into it.
I'll be honest, sometimes I'm not a huge fan of games that have different endings.
Also,
Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't for me.
I don't think we're gonna get that, being that this is Persona and it's a very story-driven game, so there's an actual conclusion to it.
I just hope they don't do what 4 did, where you just have to be very specific with certain answers in order to get the actual ending.
Oh yeah. But to be fair, Persona 3 also had that, but to a much lesser scale.
Persona 3 is a yes or no answer. Persona 4, the bad ending was literally a kind of overly needlessly long style of like text where you need to be exact.
Yeah, fair enough, but I don't think we're gonna get that in Persona 5. I mean, this is Atlas. Atlas knows what works and what doesn't. They're not gonna stick to something that sucks just because it's tradition. If they see it sucks, they'll fix it.
I actually want to know now, what's gonna be the scale of like the disaster that happens in Persona 5?
Yeah, good point. I mean, Persona 3 was the entire world. Persona 4 was a town. What's Persona 5 gonna be then? The future? Have time traveling?
Well, they did have that tagline, "Steal back your future." Maybe it's something having to do with, you know, deciding the future of how the world's gonna be.
May you live in interesting times, my friend.
Well, I think it'd be a good idea to look back as to what the first trailer actually asked. It asked about, do you want to be free?
You are slave. You want emancipation?
Persona 5.
So, what would you think would be him breaking free of something?
Breaking free of social convention and actually do what you want, regardless of what other people may think is right or wrong, and doing what you think is right, regardless of what society may dictate, thus breaking the status quo, ...
Yeah, that sounds about right. Of course, that brings up a question for me. Does the protagonist have a good reason for being a master thief, or did he just start doing it because he wanted to do it?
We're not gonna get any of those answers. Those answers are too concrete. We can't have a backstory. We need to stay bland. Bland and unappetizing. I mean, we know what's up. Persona 3, your parents are dead. Persona 4, your parents don't give a shit about you. Persona 5, you were a delinquent and now you've been shipped off to stop being a delinquent. There, done. That's all you're gonna get.
Well, okay.
Maybe he just wants attention.
As long as it's not starting off like Spider-Man did.
Great power comes great responsibility.
Well,
May you live in interesting times indeed.
Well, did we cover everything?
Yes, I believe we
I
have.
suppose. Final thoughts, everyone?
It's gonna be good.
The hype is real.
Believe the hype.
don't get suckered into the hype, guys.
Yeah,
You know it's gonna be good.
It's
You
gonna
know
be
it is.
good.
It's Persona. Persona basically dominates the world now, even in the West. It's gonna be good. Just remember, always save judgment until the last.
it'll be a good game. It probably won't be the best Persona game ever, but it'll definitely be a good game.
Yeah, no, it's Atlas. They know what they're doing.
I don't, like, I'm not worried for Atlas. I'm more just worried for the fact of what if this game gets hyped up too much by fans?
Don't think that's possible.
Yeah, Atlas has done a pretty good job of regulating the hype.
Yeah, they know what they're. I trust Atlas. They know what they're doing. They're not gonna be suckered into their own hype here. They're gonna deliver.
I don't mean their own hype. It's more of an expectation thing from others rather than what they actually do.
Well, you gotta understand, we've been waiting for Persona 5 for a while now, so from what we've seen so far, they're pulling out all the stops on this one. It'll stand with its brothers, for sure.
Oh, yeah. And besides, I don't think the Persona fans are that much of dickheads that they'll buy into the hype that much.
Well, there's always the glorious SMT master race and the filthy Persona peasants.
We're not gonna get into that argument. That's just a long one.
I don't want to get into it. Nothing from me. So let's finish this off by saying, if you can add one thing and remove one thing, what would it be? Something to add and something to remove.
I would say I'd probably remove the very picky and linear like dialogue choices.
Mm-hmm.
And I would probably agree with it. I would add a more extensive dialogue choice that, like, it isn't too harsh on you for making a choice that the game wouldn't want you to make.
So you want more freedom?
Yeah, I'd probably say that. Like, they give you quite a lot of freedom anyway, but I would definitely say, like, as like the kind of like social link aspect, just not make it as harsh and make it a bit more loose with itself, I guess.
Reese wants freedom in a game all about freedom. It's symbolic.
It's symbolic.
What about you, Shay? What you up for?
Well, because this is like my biggest problem. At the very least, hint at the fact that there's a true ending and a sort of good ending. Don't just try and like hide the true ending and just say, hey, you got the good ending. It's not good enough.
And what would you add?
Something that makes grinding for items simpler.
Dude, you gotta realize, Persona or not, this is SMT. They make you work for it.
I know, I'm just saying, I end up, in Persona 4, I grinded for items so much, I like dwarfed bosses with my levels.
That's the SMT, dude. This is fucking hardcore. It's for the hardcore gamer. What are you, casual?
No. Oh, yes, obviously, for fans just getting it. Prepare to grind levels.
Don't worry, dude. You can buy the DLC that adds the special XP room, so that you can grind for level 99 in an hour.
None of that. You're gonna grind for EXP like we all do. You're gonna kill shadows and wait for that golden shadow.
This reminds me. I said to Peach, Peach, you usually get a Persona Q. It'll kind of feel you more into the grinding aspect that you're not probably used to with Persona games. And she said, yeah, sure. And she's still not beaten the first dungeon.
Okay, you got her Etrian Odyssey Persona edition. Of course she was not going to get into it. This game's a grind. That's all you do. Might as well be a mine.
I just know that's going to be the one thing she'll struggle with, even if, and I'm not sure if the characters will invest her that much to think, I want to go for this dungeon.
Oh,
No.
I'm fine with the grinding. Reese knows. I was like level 100 before I even hit the second to last dungeon.
I just know that with
that's cute.
I just know that every major Persona game that I play, it takes me a year to actually fucking finish the thing.
All I ask is that they don't reset me to level fucking 1, like in Persona 4.
Oh yes, that is true.
That pissed me off. Like, okay, it's cool that I get to keep all my Personas, but that doesn't really do me jack diddly when I gotta restart everything and lose the fucking month just grinding. None of that!
Or just like, yeah, that's powerful persona. Too bad you don't have even your full SP won't do enough to even conjure that move.
And
Well,
let's see.
Well, to be fair, in Persona 4 Golden, they kind of remedy that with you being able to set how much XP you get after you beat the game.
Now, if I have to take something out, what do I try to take out? What really pisses me off about Persona? Okay, it's not okay. What I'm gonna say is that it's not so much take out, but don't fucking emphasize the whole game around stealth. I'm not a stealth guy.
Oh yeah.
I love my stealth. I love my stealth. Love me some Metal Gear Solid. Love me some Hotline Miami. But my answer to both those games is shoot all the guns.
Yeah.
Don't be like, oh, you failed the dungeon for the 26th time because you weren't sneaky enough.
Yeah, don't do that.
No, if you're gonna have stealth, make it optional. Okay, this is just me, of course. I'm pretty sure there's people gonna be like, so investing, but at least give me the option. Okay, the fruit always tastes sweeter if I have to work for it. If I get to do like a super stealthy combo and be like, yeah, I did it because I worked hard, that's fine. If I'm gonna have to snap my controller over my knee because the guy found me for the 50th time in a row, none of that. And if I have to add something, get some balls. That's what I'm telling Atlas. Get some balls. Persona 1 and 2 were fucking depressing as shit. There were moments where you were like, oh my, no, that's messed up. I want to see that. I don't want to be like Persona 3 where it's like, the stakes are so high. They weren't. They really weren't. Persona 4 worked because, well, it was a more, not a serious, more happy, more focused on the group story. But Persona 3 was like, oh my god, there's so much at stake! What if we fail? No.
Man, the saddest...
There are no stakes.
Yeah, the saddest, biggest thing in 4 was just, spoilers by the way, Nanako being in the hospital.
Yeah, which you can get her off the hospital.
The only thing about
no stakes.
Where she's like, oh my god, the stakes are so high. Oh my god, this boss is so powerful. It's like, no, this boss is annoying as shit. Yukari, why would you feel like you're the final boss? What the fuck is you doing, bitch?
Yeah, none of that.
No, this one support character is going to die. The whole story is going to change because of it. No, it's not. This person we barely know is going to do something reckless. Nope, don't care.
Oh god, Ken just got ran over by a bus.
Okay. Woo! Whatever. We have at least another Zeo and another Mudo user here. We'll be fine. Don't worry about him. In Persona 2 and 1, the stakes were so fucking high, you barely felt like moving. It was like, is this okay? Is something bad's gonna happen if I do this?
No, in Persona 2, the stakes were getting so high, you were getting whiplash. It was like, oh god, more?
Well, to be fair, Persona 2 stakes got so fucking high that Hitler himself showed up.
That's like the best part of 2.
It's like, there's a killer going around giving people their wishes and killing them. No, demons are sprawling. God, an ancient Cthulhu deity is stepping out of the gate. Shit, Hitler's here.
Oh god, we gotta redo this and make sure nothing bad happens. Oh god.
God, this child is gonna be burned alive. Yeah, spoilers, by the way.
Persona 2 does some shit to you.
And then Persona 2 Part 2 was like, god, everything's happening again, no matter how much we try to keep it from happening.
And then at the end it's like, hey, this guy, he can never see you ever again. Why? Because everything will die.
You know this person that you love and that fought so hard to be with you? Yeah, if he ever sees you again, the whole entire fabric of reality is gonna be destroyed.
Yeah, don't never go into Persona Q. Never. Why did I say Q? Never go into Persona 2 expecting to be happy for more than 5 seconds.
Yeah, there's no happy ending with Persona 2. There's not. Persona 3, kind of. Persona 4, definitely. Persona 2, no. There are no happy endings in Persona 2 Part 1 or Persona 2 Part 2.
There's just the less fucked up ending.
Everyone gets fucked. It's just a matter of who gets fucked up the most.
Basically. It's that kind of bittersweet ending, because everything's fine, but at the same time, at what cost?
We're drawing.
What cost? Philemon's dead.
We're drawing out this video.
Okay, yeah.
Persona's
we're drawing it. We're drawing it out, but basically that's what I want. I want Persona 5 stakes to be ungodly high. I want to feel the pressure. I want to be like, ah, man, what the fuck do I do? And I don't want it to be like, oh, but you can cancel the pressure if you do 50 laps around town using Beelzebub's hyper fun time skill. No, I don't want some vague bullshit, kind of tying in with Shade's option. I don't want no fucking vague secret ending bullshit that can make everything better. No, I want shit to go down, people to get hurt, and I want Atlas to be like, yeah, that's life, that happens. Bad things happen to good people, you have to move on.
Yeah, just put it out. Just put it out there immediately. Hey, you messed up right now, the world is fucked. There will be no future.
No, that's the thing. I don't even want it to be an option. I want things to go down and there's nothing you can do. Because that's a lesson that Persona hasn't taught us yet. Persona has taught us, oh, follow your heart, your dreams, your friends,
I don't know.
Everything's fine.
I don't know. I think Persona 2 taught you that pretty damn well.
Yeah, but no one played Persona 2.
Persona 2 puts your damn hair on your chest.
I want Persona 5 to teach you, look, bad things happen to good people, but it's okay, because you can get through it, because you're strong. There. You want a message for the whole game? That's it. That's all you need. Bad things go down, and there's nothing you can do. You're a good person. I'm sorry, but you'll get back. You're strong. You can do this. Just bare your teeth, and you'll get by.
Then Atlas just does something like leaves only 3 of the actual party alive by the end of the game.
Atlas is more like, hell, look, through the power of friendship and bullshit, all the people are alive. Weren't you shot in the heart? Nope.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, they're just gonna pull some bullshit. Hey, you saved the world, but everyone in Shibuya is dead. So, yeah.
That would just be ripping off the Persona 2.
Yeah.
Oh, but then, like, they just do something. What Jones was just saying, she's like, "Oh my God, how did you survive from that heart attack?" I flinched and it grazed. It's like, so you're really still alive? Yes, I am.
I used my stand to restart my heart.
It's like, Caesar, weren't you spoilers, by the way. Weren't you cursed by that giant cross? No, it just grazed me. Ugh. I was able to lift it from when it crushed me.
It hit my massive neck and shattered.
So yeah, that's what I want. I want the stakes to be high. And I want fucking bad things to happen, nothing you can do about it. Get some balls, Atlas. We're grown people, we're grown men, we can handle it. Hey!
Then just go back to playing Persona 2. We can't handle this.
It was just fucking, Persona 2 was an emotional thrill ride, and this is fucking, I didn't cry, shut up.
Dude, I wanna find the happiest person in the world and have him play Persona 2.
Oh, look at all these friends that you have. Look, you got through it all together. Yeah, there were some bad times, and a lot of people suffered, and you're best friends then.
Bye, guys.
So, that's Persona 5.
Hope you enjoyed it.
See you guys next time for our next hour-long rant.
Kingdom Hearts 3!
Oh, Jesus, no.